Be run out.
Oh, I see.
Oh no! Oh! Hey, look at that! Have you ever seen anything like that?
And here comes Hurst. He's got some people on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.
Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Over. Now, after being caught cheating last week, Gary Lineker has been found guilty of bringing this programme into disrepute. Admittedly, that's not a very long way to bring it, so he's been suspended for half an hour, and in his place is his colleague on Match of the Day, a man with 8 O-levels and a member of the great Liverpool side of the 80s that amassed 5 league titles, 4 League Cups, 1 European Cup and 8 O-levels. Mark Lawrenson. With Mark and Rory as an actor who boasts 9 O-levels, which added to Rory's first-class master's degree from Cambridge, means that if their team wins tonight, they'll go on to play Brasenose College, Oxford, in the semi-final. Neil Morrisey. With David and Jonathan is one of the most successful managers of all time, who last year paid Arsenal £23 million for Nicholas Anelka. So, John may have many O-levels, but we can be pretty sure that maths isn't one of them. John Toshack. Now, John, I know you were a close friend to Kevin Keegan in your playing days, but it wasn't until we were handed a copy of Kevin Keegan's Soccer Annual, 1978, that we realised quite how close you were.
That's the Christmas edition of Only Fools and Horses from the
We kick things off with our excuses round. Mark, Rory and Neil, your starter for 10, no conferring, and your subject is the Greek playwright Aeschylus. No, it's not. It's Anna Kournikova. Here she is, reaching the Wimbledon semi-final a couple of years back.
Game, set, and match with Kournikova.
Now, Anna was recently unceremoniously dumped by her fiancé, ice hockey player Pavel Bure, but according to Russian newspaper Pravda, he had a good excuse. So, what was it?
Hold on, Nick. Wasn't a quick snatch of bush there? No, there was, wasn't it?
I think there was. That's George Bush, the American president.
Trouble, if you're sleeping with Anna Kournikova, who do you fantasise about?
Was he being counselled by Cliff Richard?
Isn't Anna Kournikova so beautiful that Venus Williams kept getting an erection? Precisely, that sort of audience. Very good.
Is it because she's always calling me?
What, calling you a smug twat? No,
yeah. Yeah. Well, carry on.
Well, you up then?
Isn't it to do with,
didn't
her mother say that your man hadn't got enough money for her? Possibly.
Rory, can you add to that?
I was going to say, was she always nagging him about wiping his cock on the curtains? It's funny how many men, and you're exactly what I was thinking. If you do that, they're always on, except one bloke there's rather pain. You've got Venetian blinds or something.
Well, we'll quickly give you the 1 point there, I think. Apparently, her mother annoys her boyfriends by getting Anna to snog other famous male sports stars in order to keep her name in the newspapers. Well, that is pretty controversial. Woman tennis player linked with man. Bizarrely, Anna says that her hero is Sherlock Holmes. She once even thought she saw the ghost of the famous detective in a changing room, but it turned out to be Lindsay Davenport relaxing with a pipe and a deer stalk. Anna's fee for a single appearance is so high that if she appeared on this show, we'd have to cancel the rest of the series, which seems like a fair deal. We'll be back in the autumn. David, Jonathan and John, it's volleyball for you. Here are Thai club Lampang winning their national championships. But despite winning the league, the Lampang players are not allowed to be picked for the Thailand national team. So why?
Thai don't really have that much of a sporting tradition, do they? I mean, they're not known for their sporting kind of, you know, achievements, although some friends of mine recently came back from a holiday over there and they said that the ladies are fantastic at table tennis. I mean, the things they do with that ping pong ball, you would not believe. Apparently that's the correct way for an English gentleman to address a Thai lady. You just go, I say, ping pong.
Is it because they'd all already played for Wales at rugby? Perhaps these people are slightly changeable.
David raised this earlier, didn't they? What was the phrase you used when you saw that clip?
All is not quite what it might seem.
That wasn't it. You said, I've seen an internet site with those on. Because you said they were lady boys. You thought that was the lady boy.
Oh, yeah, that lot are definitely wearing top bollocks and bottom bollocks.
If they're the lady boys, then we should have more lady boy sport on TV. You could have Match of the Gay. You'd be good.
To bring Gary back.
Spit roast championships.
I'm going to put the audience out of their misery and give you 3 points for that. Yeah, well done. Here is Lampang's Pitsanu Pliankam to give the reason.
ไม่มีสมาชิกคนไหนในทีมติดทีมชาตินะครับเพราะว่าเขาเกรงว่าเราจะไปเผยแพร่ภาพพจน์ที่ไม่ดีออกไปสู่สายตาชาวต่างประเทศแล้วก็
So the fact that they were men dressed up as women was thought to be bad for the national image of Thailand. Hang on a minute, that is the national image of Thailand. Several of the team were tested recently and their stomachs were found to contain traces of Nopidol Panupol, which is doubly worrying because it's not a drug, it's the name of the team captain. Now, the Thai word for transvestite is Kate Hoi. The British Minister for Sport is called Kate Hoey. Let's have a look at Kate.
Can I just ask Tosh, have you managed teams over the years? Of course, we know this, you're very famous. Have you ever managed a team with a lady boy in?
No, not that I know of.
Have you ever checked?
Because David was saying earlier he could manage a lady boy, didn't you?
And so at the end of that round, Mark's team have 1 point and David's team have 3. Time now to play author, and we'd like to know not only who said the quotes, but who they were talking about. Mark's team, here's yours.
He's a troublemaker. Don't give him money, for Christ's sake. The man's useless.
John, español corrientemente, sí?
Sí, igual que usted, probablemente.
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Yeah. Well, I think...
Am I wrong?
As Tosh is struggling in English, we'll continue this in Spanish, shall we?
Ningún problema.
Y el señor Lineker, Gary Lineker,
sí.
¿Qué les parece en español hoy día? La gente española, Lineker.
Bueno, la verdad es que...
¿Le gusta?
Sí, los únicos 2 años que Lineker estuvo ahí eran los únicos 2 años que no ganó la Liga Barcelona.
Sí, sí. Y dile cómo.
He's right.
¿Cómo se dice? ¿Gilipollas?
Más o menos, sí.
¿Maricón?
También.
Okay, so you're talking about Lineker, aren't you? What is Spanish for work shy, jug-eared?
Only 2.
See, David can speak, he's been all over the world, he speaks languages. He knows how to say, where's the red light district in 17 different languages.
And David, you must know in a lot of languages the phrase, I've got a few hours now till we're field, haven't I?
And he can also... Nick, can I just break into this flood of jokes just to say...
That's quick, isn't it, after 66 shows?
Jesus, where's my life gone?
You could have asked that a long time ago. OK.
We've got a hunch it might be about Alex Ferguson.
But who said it?
And what do you think? Well, you've got a hunch, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I think it's...
He carries it well, though.
He does.
It's balanced out with the moustache.
Yeah.
I think it's Martin Edwards.
We'll give you 3 points for that. Yeah. Yes, it's how Man United chairman Martin Edwards described his treble-winning and double-winning manager Alex Ferguson. According to the Mirror and the News of the World, on Man United's trip to Rio in January, Martin Edwards took a prostitute called Maria back to his hotel room, but couldn't perform. It wasn't the alcohol, it was Dwight Yorke leaning over the bed with a camcorder. Debbie Miller, another girl who claimed she had an affair with Martin Edwards, told the tabloids that the Man United chairman was like a wild ape in bed. They had sex for hours, after which he showed her his arse, jumped onto her car bonnet and ripped off her windscreen wipers. He apparently only finally stopped when Mary Chipperfield hit him with an iron bar.
Marvellous.
David's team, who is this, and who was he talking about?
I'm not sexist, but I don't approve of female officials. How can they make accurate decisions if they've never been tackled from behind by a 14-stone somebody?
How long have you got to be going for now, Mark?
3 years.
OK, and can I ask you, because I've known Gary...
Why do you ask, can I ask you? Because you're going to ask me anyway.
Can I ask you, how long have you known Gary for? Because on behalf of the team, because they've all known Gary for quite a long while, not just on behalf of the team, but also on behalf of Gary's wife, Michelle, what's he really like?
Think she hasn't told you?
But you must have thought you were shooing for the job there, and then they bring in old Juggies. You must have been completely gutted. It'd be like if you're, you know, like Gary Owen and take that splits up, and then suddenly Robbie Williams is up the top of the charts.
Gary Owen.
Exactly. The band split up, he thought that was his chance. There's a hole in the market.
Sadly, there's a hole in your face as well, and you're talking. Come on!
We're having fun. All right, anyway. I don't think that's actually a quote. I think that's the lyrics from a Barry White song. Imagine how scared Barry White's mum would have been the night his voice broke. Good night, Mum, Kellerman. Oh! One with lady officials in the game, of course, is that a lady ref would send people off for all the wrong reasons, wouldn't she? She'd introduce whole new punishments. It would be like, failing to resolve your issues, off. Not asking about me, off.
Say, why are you sending me off? So, well, if you don't know now, you never will.
It's something about women in sport. Who was there? There was a... Wasn't there...
Worth a point, Gary.
I'll quit while I'm ahead, shall I? There was a woman linesman, a woman linesperson introduced at Manchester United, I think. It's something to do with Jimmy Royle.
Jimmy Royle.
Something to do with Jimmy Royle before he left Take That. I don't read the sports pages. I can barely get past the cartoons and the horoscopes. Except see how well Stoke City are doing at the moment.
I'll give you 3 points for that.
Well done.
No, he was there or thereabouts.
Oh,
well done, 3 points. Yes, that was Premiership-bound Manchester City manager Joe Royle's considered response to Wendy Toms being selected as linesperson at this year's Worthington Cup final. Not that he's sexist, as he said, but Joe Royle has told female sports presenters in the past, "Get back to knitting, you dyke. Only a woman could ask that question." To which Sue Barker replied, "That's as may be, Joe, but do you know who the mystery guest is?" And so, at the end of that round, Mark's team have 4 points and David's team have 6.
Yeah.
Next up, we show the teams a pair of goal celebrations and demand an explanation. David's team, I'm sure you will all remember, Rochdale's 1-0 trouncing of Brighton back in January.
Forward by Stokes, nice little flick on, and Graham Lancashire comes round the back and gives Rochdale the lead after 17 minutes of play. And it seems to be show leg time and a bit more.
That was Graham Lancashire notching the winner, but how do you account for what followed, David's team?
Have they been to Thailand?
Tosh, do you still live in Wales? You've come back to Wales now, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think that's a wise
in
move.
Wales, yeah.
Whereabouts in Wales do you live now?
On the Gower.
It's a technical term.
What's the Gower Peninsula like?
Because you wrote poetry for it. You had a book, didn't you? It was...
A bush.
A bush?
In my much treasured Kevin Keegan's soccer annual, which I always carry with me.
So the pages are sticking together.
Yeah. There's a poem of Keegan by Toshack. Have a look at that. To watch him perform was an absolute joy, the perfect example for any young boy. You should see him out at the front of the hunt, My God, did we go out and sniff around. Anyway, it was a fantastic piece of work. It's been slightly defaced. It might not be as you wrote it.
Changed 1 or 2 words there.
Oh, I don't believe so.
We think that celebration came shortly after the revelations of Posh Spice that the husband sometimes wore.
At last, the voice of sanity, 3 points. Thank you.
But, you know, I'll tell you what, and I think I speak for the team here, they're brave men to try that at Brighton. You're from Brighton, I used to play at Brighton.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. Yeah,
And can I ask, which one of the village people have you come as tonight?
And here is Rochdale's David Flitcroft to tell the story.
Whatever's topical at the minute, we do a goal celebration for. At the time, it was Beckham wearing his missus' undies. So we thought that we'd reveal what all third division players do, and we wear the undies. Come on, boys, let's go.
Didn't the boys in the changing room, they look forward to him getting undressed after the match? See if he's got a pair of Victoria's crotchless pair on. Well, she had a pair of crotchless ones, she just slipped down the middle, wouldn't she? Like a banana out of a skin.
So the world's first topical football club were responding to the news that David Beckham likes to wear Posh Spice's knickers. Bex and Posh are not the only celebrity couple to exchange underwear. Colin Montgomery often comes home early to find his wife wearing one of his bras. Every night, David Beckham makes time for a bedtime story with his son. This week, he's excited as Brooklyn is going to explain why Grandma had such big teeth. Now, Mark's team, it's those perennial giant killers Enfield for you, and one of the goals that knocked mighty Chesterfield out of this season's FA Cup.
Plenty forward for the corner, and it's Wayne Brown. Really good climb and a good header down, and the non-league side lead for the second time.
So, Mark's team, what was that all about?
Enfield. Well, Enfield. David Garr thinks Enfield is Liverpool's home ground. Well, they look like they're sort of rowing or sitting in a boat that's sinking and bailing out, or something like that. But it looks like it could be rowing or what do you call it, kayaking.
Kayak, yeah.
They've heard that classic 70s Gap band track, Oops Upside Your Head, where you go, oops upside your head. I said, oops upside your head. I said, what? I said, oops. Can you do that?
Yeah. That's it.
I did that at a nightclub in Leytonstone High Road once, and someone had broken a glass on the floor, and I got up, my arse was bleeding most copiously.
Oh, yeah, and that was the glass.
It's not any Hawaii 5-0 connection going on. See, it could be something to do with Hawaii 5-0.
I'll give you the 3 points. I'll give you the 3 points for that.
Well done, Neil.
And here are some of the Enfield lads to give the reason.
We decided to incorporate the Hawaii 5-0 theme tune and dance at the start of the show when they're paddling in the canoe. We decided to do this for our goal celebration for the Chesterfield game.
Right, that's it. Enfield recently sold their ground, which is to be made into a centre for local people to enjoy sport. But first, the council have to agree to the change of use. OK, so at the end of that round, Mark's team have 7 points and David's team have 9. It's time once again for our regulars to touch up a sporting titan as we play Field the Sportsman. David and Jonathan, you're first this week.
Got any ideas, David?
Any ideas?
They're not here yet.
No, I mean, you know, often we've noticed sometimes it's someone from earlier in the show, like you had those tea ladies last week.
I'm rather hoping it's not that Thai volleyball team.
Hey, David, come on, let's... Oops upside your head. I said oops upside your head.
OK, you have 90 seconds to work out who you're fondling.
Are you with me? What are you doing? You do that every week when I've got my mask on.
Every day when you have your mask on. Yeah.
They told me that was the doctor coming and giving me a medical.
Can we have our first mystery guest, please?
That's a lot of applause.
OK. You can start your mauling now.
David, can I ask you, if it's the lady boys, you've been around more than me. You take the front, I'll take the back,
lost
right?
the toss. No, you lost the toss. Go straight down. Come on.
I'll tell you what, if it's a lady boy, she's been taking the wrong steroids. Jesus, the arse on him. What a feel like. It's like a couple of breeze blocks in a sack.
Yeah, hell, fire.
Harry.
It's a bit deflated down
Quite a
here.
sweaty knee. Hold on, what's this? Well, I don't know, I like the feel of that. If I was at home, I felt that, I'd put some talcum powder on and bung a nappy up there. What's that? It's an arse. He's got a little arse on his face.
Got rid of his balls, anyway.
Hold it. Is it desperate Dan? Is there too many cow pies?
What? Are you still playing?
You can't ask him questions.
I think that chin and the rugby ball.
I'm clueless. I don't know who it is.
I
like feeling this, though. It's quite pleasant.
Is it Will?
You should get the
Carling?
physio.
Will Carling, 3 points. OK, Mark and Rory, well done. Good luck, Mark. It's your debut on Phil the Sportsman.
You've done this before, haven't you?
Yeah. What you do is you leave it slightly up so you can see underneath it. Ooh! Good. Batman and Robin, wasn't it? That's very Liverpool, isn't it? Well, not Batman, but Robin.
And can we have our second mystery guest, please?
Have a look.
OK. And your time starts now.
Where have you gone?
It's not nice from here, I can tell you.
How many are there? How many have you got there, Rory?
Pardon? It's that Thai volleyball team, isn't it?
Aye, aye.
1, 2.
It is, Rory.
It's Jimmy Hill.
It is.
It's Jimmy Hill. What have you got? Where are you, Mark?
Oh, yeah. It's from before, isn't it?
It's well, yeah, that football team with the
Brighton.
Rotherham.
Rochdale.
Correct, 3 points.
No wonder Lineker didn't do this week's show, was it?
So, at the end of that round, Mark's team have 10 points and David's team have 12. We finish things off by playing the name game. The leaders go first, which is David's team, which means Jonathan will be doing the clues. Your time starts now.
OK, this bloke, he's a footballer. If you had 23 million quid lying around spare, you might think it was a good idea to sign it. There you go, OK. This one...
No, I didn't dive in for that one.
This one, we had her earlier. Well, not literally, obviously, that would have been nice, but she was on the show earlier. She's a tennis babe, Russian, blonde, very lovely lady. OK, the second name of this bloke is... it's the name of Harry Seacombe's show. No, not the Goons. What are you done? Man alive. You do it my way or you take the...
Highway.
There you go.
Steve Highway.
Yeah, not loud. This guy, in the 70s, this sort of pattern on shirts was very popular. You still wear them? It was a kind of swirly thing. The artist formerly known as Prince sings about it. OK, first name. If you were doing the voice for a dodgy animated show about a builder, this would be the first name.
Mario.
Not Mario. Suddenly you're getting with the Nintendo. Over there, he does the voice for the builder.
It's alliterative.
What's his name?
When he's not dipping his wick, he does the voice for the builder. Bob, you know that bit in Samuel Taylor Coleridge's famous poem, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, just before the albatross arrives and just before after the dull bit in the beginning. You know when they're in the sea and they're becalmed? Yes, it's spooky, it's scary, but it's a very integral part of them. They are becalmed and there is nothing to fill their sails. So in other words, they are...
So 7 will win it for you. Pass those on to Rory, please.
This is the point in which Gary Lineker would normally say to me, no jokes, just do it straight, we're going to win this. We could win this, we could win this. Sorry, Gary, if you're watching at home at the Priory Clinic. Oh.
OK, your 90 seconds start now.
The jug-eared, whinging Leicester man.
Lineker.
Very good. Minister of Sport looks a bit like Dave Besant, the...
Okay, Hoey.
Very good indeed. Woeful defender, pundit. Hansen. First name?
Alan.
Yeah, this is a Yorkshire batsman. First name the same as
Boycott.
Gowers, first name.
David.
And his second name sounds like a leaning towards something.
Bias.
Like very good indeed. This is a Ukrainian player who thinks Spurs are going to sign. He's a friend of Oleg Luzhin.
Rebrov.
Yeah, first name?
Oleg.
No. It's a blue material.
Blue satin.
No, yeah, but you're all right. First letter. That's very good indeed.
Silk.
Sergei.
Sergei, very good. This one, first name, Cram has the first name.
Steve.
Next is a dog you hunt hares with on foot.
Greyhound.
No. What, you go? No, come on, long floppy ears.
Lurcher.
Short. No. You go foot. Fred Bassett, I think is one. He's a Bassett hound. It sounds like a big bird of prey.
Eagle.
Yeah, very similar.
Beagle.
To that. Beagle.
Steve
and
Beagle.
The back of, yeah, very good indeed.
Well
That's it. First name is a Royal House of Scotland.
So the show has ended in a tie, which means obviously a tie break. Now, you have to listen to this. Sociologist Alan Briscoe spent 5 years studying refereeing decisions in over 40,000 football matches, including every Premiership match ever played, to see if there was any bias towards the bigger clubs or if the refs simply called it 50-50. In the course of his research, he discovered the exact percentage of refereeing decisions that go Manchester United's way. So we want to know what the figure is. The nearest team wins. Mark's team?
77.
Percentage means out of 100.
Was that for Rory?
No, you're the footballer.
Decisions that go their way. Do we need to find? We need to find out the decision, how the percentage that went their way.
Yeah, that's right, like I said.
Yeah. Will the captain?
55.
55%.
David,
You're going to go higher?
I think it's higher than that. So all we've got to do is go...
Do you know a number higher?
Listen, I wouldn't go too much higher. I'll tell you for why. Let me give you the logic of this. Say you go 70, right, and it's like 62.
No, I think we only need...
No, well, let me finish. They're closer. So the logic would be, if you
We
think
go
higher...
one higher.
Yeah, that's it. Well, don't pretend it was your idea now. It was
Whose idea was that? That was my idea, wasn't it?
I can't believe you take the credit for that idea. That was so my idea.
So you're saying...
56.
56. The answer is a staggering 87%. So David's team are the winners.
That
87%, which of course has never stopped Roy Keane contesting the other 13%. So our thanks to David, Jonathan and John, Mark, Rory and Neil. We're all off to beg Rory not to put on a thong. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Did you take notice of all the quirky things in last year's news, or were you simply too drunk to notice? Press red now if you're a Sky viewer. Prove your sobriety with our quiz on 2004. Next this morning, coupling.
UK TV.